What's up everybody, Johnnie Omega here, giving you my review of Rocketman. Rocketman is the newest musician biopic, and this one is about Elton John. It follows him from around the time he was a kid to roughly about the majority of his career as an adult. Now let me be the first to say that this review is coming from somebody who really isn't a big Elton John fan. I don't dislike him because there are a couple of songs that I do like, but at best I'd consider myself a casual fan. So going into this movie, I was able to be completely objective, and I must say, I really like this movie. Now, right off top, people are going to compare this to Bohemian Rhapsody, but the movies are not the same. Bohemian Rhapsody told the story of Freddie Mercury and happened to have music in it. This movie is straight up a musical that just happens to tell the story of Elton John. Now, normally, I don't really like musicals, but in this movie, the music wasn't really overdone. It was used just enough, well enough to tell the story. So starting with what I liked about the movie, the best part of it for me, hands down, was the performance of Taron Egerton as Elton John. Again, not the biggest fan of Elton John, but from what I do know about him, I thought Taron Egerton played him great. Almost from the moment he walks on screen, you just know he's gonna kill it in this role. I definitely bought into the fact that he was who he was playing, and that's always the most important thing in any biopic. And I also like the fact that they told the story in flashback format. I always like when that's done well. As with any biopic though, it's always cool to see the behind the scenes of how a celebrity's life actually is, but when you have friends of that celebrity also close to making the movie, it always makes you wonder how accurate certain things are. Especially when it gets into controversial stuff, because you always gotta wonder, did this event actually go down like this, or were the certain details of the event actually altered to not make the celebrity look as bad? It's like when you read the biography of somebody, the unauthorized version is usually more of an entertaining read than the version that the celebrity themselves were involved in. Point is, in movies like this, you gotta take certain things with a grain of salt. Unfortunately, you usually never know what those things are. Another thing I liked about this movie though, surprisingly, was the supporting cast. Everyone from his friend who helped write a lot of his songs to his mother, all the actors involved pretty much brought their A game. There really wasn't an obvious weak link in this movie. My only two complaints about this movie aren't really big issues, but they are issues that I had. The first is that the movie felt slow at times. There were definitely scenes that seemed to drag on longer than they should have. The second is an issue that I generally have with biopics, and that it's hard to tell the passage of time. When certain things happen in a movie like this, it's just hard to tell sometimes how much time has actually passed. Honestly, I couldn't tell you what year this movie ended. Really, the only clue that time is really passing in this movie is because whenever a character like his mom or dad would come back into the movie, they looked older, but Taron Egerton still looked the same. But again, that's more of a personal pet peeve of mine than it was an actual flaw in the movie. So in conclusion, the story was good, the flow of the story was good, and even though I'm not a big fan of musical numbers, it was done well in this movie. The acting by everybody was good, but Taron Egerton is definitely going to be the person you remember coming out of this movie. I don't know where this performance came from, but this is easily his best acting job. All that being said, I'd say this movie is worth a watch. So comment below and let me know what you guys thought of the movie. And also, which musician do you want to see a biopic of next? I know Purple Rain was loosely based on his life, but nah, I want a real biopic of Prince. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button to see what we got coming next.